So, master studies is something that I really love to do. In fact, copying the masters is something that I've been doing since I was a kid. It's actually how I started drawing. I started drawing by copying art that I thought was cool. And as a kid, this was drawing your animated show characters. One of my favorite characters to draw was Goku from Dragon Ball Z. And yeah, I just always loved to draw cool art that I saw on TV. But I was actually just copying. And there's a very big difference between copying an illustration and studying an illustration. So that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about master studies. And today I'll be drawing, or rather I'll be doing a master study of one of my favorite artists, Oscar Martin. I love this guy's work. It's so cool. Like, he's got this Disney, or rather Looney Tune style, but then he's got this mature take on it. It's like a mesh of like this really cool mature art, meshed with Looney Tune type of a style. It's so cool. I'll link his socials below. Check out his work. It's really, really good. But yeah, I want to talk about master studies and the benefits of doing master studies and just how much fun it is. I just love doing it. It's so much fun. It is so much fun. But like I said, this is how I started drawing. But then when I started taking drawing seriously as an adult, I just started shying away from it. It just felt wrong for me to do. Like, no, I shouldn't be copying other people's work. I should just be creating my own work and coming up with my own ideas, my own designs. But this was just not it was just not something that I thought was authentic. It didn't make me an authentic artist, which is silly. Copying from the masters is a really, really good way to improve your art skills, because we're all standing on shoulders of giants, when we are developing our skills. So it really is a good thing to incorporate into your art progression. So I highly recommend doing master studies. But yeah, I stayed away from it and for a very long time. But there were always like these periods where I would do it, and every time when there was like these huge spikes, not huge spikes, but every time there were these spikes of improvement in my art skills, they happened a lot when I went back to doing master studies. So it just goes to show the benefits of doing master studies. They can really improve your work. And just try to incorporate master studies whenever you can. But as I mentioned earlier, there's a big difference between master studies and just copying art, because when you're doing a master study, you can fall into the trap of just switching your brain off and just, going line by line, copying what you see. And that really doesn't help. You need to try to understand what you're drawing, what you're looking at, So when you're creating this piece of work, try to think about the decisions that the original artist might have made when creating this illustration. So my approach really is focusing on big shapes, primitive shapes, and just looking at the overall illustration as simple shapes. instead of just looking at all the different details, all the coolness of it, but just the big shapes. The big shape first, look at the gesture of the drawing, and then deconstruct it. And I find that helps quite a bit, So, and also it's just so much fun. Like I said, I really, really enjoy it. I enjoy doing my master art studies. So I'm gonna continue to do it. And there's a lot of artists that I admire that I wanna start doing studies of their work, and just talking about artists that I like as well. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of that in the future, and because it's just so much fun and it keeps me motivated and inspired. And that's another thing, this is supposed to inspire you. It mustn't make you feel like, oh man, I'll never reach that level of mastery. These guys are just so good. But yes, they are good. The reason they're good is because they've been doing this for quite a long time, So try not to look at it as something to beat yourself over, but rather something to inspire you. Stay inspired, have fun, and try not to put too much pressure on yourself. Just enjoy the process. So like I said earlier, Oscar Martin, one of my favorites. His art is so cool, and making these illustrations, I feel like I've learned a bit. And the way he draws his figures, they're quite stylized, like this chunky upper torso with small leg type of a style. I've always been a fan of that style. I remember seeing the movie The Incredibles when I was in high school, and I just loved the look of it. Like if you look at Mr. Incredible, he's like this big dude with like tiny tiny legs. His legs are tiny compared to his upper torso, and there's just something so cool about that kind of a look, and I've always been a fan of that style, and I've never really incorporated it into my own work. So I want to start doing that, exploring all these different styles. And the idea is, the more studies I do, the more I will pick up on these things, and they will, mesh into my own kind of a style, where I can have my own style based on all of these studies that I do, all of these inspirations from all these different amazing artists. And I think this is a good approach for me in terms of improving my skills, because really that's my goal. That's my goal with this channel. My goal with this channel is just to get better at drawing and share my journey with all of you guys. So if you've been staying away from master studies for whatever reason, maybe consider trying it out. Consider trying it out and seeing how it can be beneficial to your art journey. Because, like I said, I think it's a really, really good way of improving by doing these studies. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. And thank you for sticking around, watching my video. And have a good day today, and talk again soon. Cheers.